A joint venture. And I said, a joint venture between the U.S. and Iran? And he said, yes. He said, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Maybe we'll do that. He made it clear that you...
Wait, stop everything. Did you just hear that correctly? A joint venture between the U.S. and Iran? We are talking about a total geopolitical shift that no one saw coming, and it's happening right under the radar. You need to see the rest of this.
U.S. forces are going to remain in the region, but he said peace talks are going to begin Friday, and that he believes they will move quite quickly. Many unanswered questions, but Perry, also very little question.
Seriously, take a second to process that. We've gone from threats of nuclear escalation and decimating regimes to the phrase joint venture in the span of 24 hours. If you look at the reporter's face, even she seems stunned by the response. This isn't just a ceasefire. It's a complete rewrite of the Middle East playbook. Notice how they mention China and Pakistan playing mediator roles? That tells you the power dynamic is shifting away from traditional Western-only diplomacy. People are losing their minds online, calling it a chicken out or a masterstroke, but the real detail is in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is still trying to charge $2 million per ship. The fact that a joint venture is even on the table suggests that the strategy here is to turn a military enemy into a business partner. It's high stakes, it's controversial, and it's exactly why the markets are reacting so violently. Watch how this develops, because Friday's meeting in Islamabad is going to be the real turning point.
Killers, both illegal aliens with long rap sheets and outstanding deportation orders, just scored a sweetheart deal. 5 years only in prison after stabbing a man to death and dumping his body in the woods. It's not justice, it's a disgrace. And you can thank Fairfax County.
This is where things get genuinely infuriating. You've got two admitted killers, both in the country unlawfully with long rap sheets, and they walk away with 5 years for a literal stabbing? Look at the background details of that report. This isn't just about a single crime. It's a systemic failure of accountability that is driving people absolutely wild in Virginia. You can see why the governor's approval ratings are tanking into the 40s. When people see sweetheart deals for violent offenses while law-abiding citizens feel the squeeze of rising costs, it creates a massive disconnect. It's not just a political talking point, it's a safety issue that hits home. The silence from the administration when they're asked about sanctuary policies speaks louder than any prepared statement. It's that specific lack of accountability that's fueling the MAGA fire right now. You're seeing a base that is tired of inconvenience being the excuse for not enforcing the law. This is exactly what's pushing the party toward the more radical deportation stances we're hearing now.
Proposed dignity, I guess they call it the Dignidad Act. It's in Spanish. Republican Maria Salazar, Florida, co-sponsoring this Dignity Act. It's making headlines again. A 7-year legal status for those who came in basically before Biden opened the floodgates 5 years ago. It provides permanent legal status to Dreamers. 19 other Republicans supporting this, and they're getting a lot of heat from the base who are calling this an amnesty bill. Salazar says calling it amnesty is a lie, and detractors want to keep a broken system alive. She even said to you on X, read the bill before you open your mouth. They say this is just trying to fix this system, that no criminals. We're gonna make a more orderly system of immigration here. What do you say?
Well, this is an amnesty bill. It's rank amnesty, and everybody knows it. I'll start by saying you don't have to go on a media tour to convince the American people that your bill isn't amnesty if it's truly not amnesty. And my colleague and friend Maria Salazar has done just that. She's been trying to convince people that this is something that is in line with what we ran on last cycle, and it's simply not. This is a bill that would immediately give legal status to at least 10 million illegal aliens in the United States.
Did you catch the tension in Brandon Gill's voice there? He's not just attacking a Democrat, he's going after a fellow Republican, Maria Salazar. This is the civil war happening inside the GOP right now over the Dignity Act. Notice how he calls it rank amnesty. The strategy here is to expose the language being used to wrap up policies that the base already rejected. When he says you shouldn't need a mediator to convince people your bill isn't amnesty, he's pointing out the curiosity gap between what's on paper and what's being sold to the public. It's a fascinating look at first principles thinking. The argument is simple. If you're here unlawfully, you shouldn't be given a path to stay, period. Even if it's messy or inconvenient to deport millions, the argument is that it's the hard right over the easy wrong. This internal friction is exactly why the Republican Party is struggling to find a unified voice on immigration. It's a battle of economic necessity versus rule of law, and neither side is backing down. Things are moving fast. Drop a comment with your take on that joint venture news and hit follow for the next breakdown.